Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the January 13th, 2026 Board of Elections regular board meeting. We'll call the meeting to order. Ask if everybody could please rise. Pledge of allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. And our first order of business here today is to swear in our new member of the board, Mr. Frank Huber, who will be administering the oath. All right.
You gotta get me in the right location.
That's right.
I can do it. I got it. I, Edward Huber II, do solemnly swear I will support the Constitution of the United States, that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the state of North Carolina and to the constitutional powers and authorities which are or may be established for the government thereof, that I will endeavor to support, maintain, and defend the Constitution of said state, not inconsistent with the Constitution of the United States, and that I will well and truly execute the duties of the office of member of the Union County Board of Elections to the best of my knowledge and ability according to law, so help me God.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And congratulations. I appreciate you coming on board.
Welcome, welcome. All right, we have an agenda here. Has everybody had an opportunity to review the agenda? Any additions or deletions to the agenda? Hearing none, I'd ask for a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
We have a motion to move. Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. No opposed. Our next item of business is to approve the minutes of the regular meeting of November 14, 2025, and the absentee meeting, but we'll do them in separate if we could. So has everybody had an opportunity to review the minutes from the regular board meeting of November 14, 2025?
Yes.
Do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
We have a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That's unanimous. The next approval of minutes is for the November 14, 2025 canvas minutes. So everybody have an opportunity to review those. May I please have a motion to approve the November 14, 2025 canvas minutes? We have a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, yes. Next item on the agenda is our public comment period. Is there any members of the public that would like to offer any comments? Okay. Hearing none, then we will move on. The next item on the agenda is a special recognition. Ms. Rosbach, if you wouldn't mind coming on up here, please. We'd like to thank you for your 21 years, I understand, of service to the Union County Board of Elections. It's been an honor to know you in the little time that I've been able to sit with you on this board, and appreciate all your years of service. I hope to emulate all you have done for the board for these 21 years, and we do thank you. I'm going to present you with the certificate of honor, and if I could read it, it says, presented to Shirley Cagle Bosbach, in recognition of your exceptional service and steadfast dedication to the Union County Board of Elections. I almost got you on another board. For 21 years of devoted service, your leadership, integrity, and commitment to fair and transparent elections have strengthened public trust and upheld the democratic process within Union County and the state of North Carolina. Your contributions have made a lasting impact, and your service has set a standard of excellence for all of us to follow. So I present this to you. Thank you. Thank you. Would you like to say anything?
I don't think
Well, you're always welcome back.
a lot of emotions.
I know. We have also a little gift for you as well. Thank you so much for your service. It really means a lot.
Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Some tough shoes to fill. All right. Our next item of business here is the appointment of the chief judges and party judge appointments.
Yes, and one of the new laws, 163, 166.35 states that for each early voting site other than the County Board of Elections office, precinct officials shall be appointed by the County Board of Elections for each primary or election. The chair of each political party in the county shall recommend qualified individuals. If such recommendations are received by the County Board of Elections no later than the 5th business day preceding the date on which appointments are to be made, the county board shall make appointments from that list of recommendations. Multiple chief judges and judges may be appointed to serve at each early voting site so that chief judges and judges may serve for partial shifts throughout the day or serve for less than the full number of days of early voting. And before each primary or election, each county board sets a date when the county board will hold a meeting to appoint those early voting officials. At least 21 days prior to the date set for the meeting, the county board shall send an email or letter to the chair of each political party in the county, notifying the chair of the county board's appointment date and the party's deadline to provide recommendations. And this notice can be sent by the county director of elections. You have a copy in your packet of the email that was sent to the party chairs on December 2nd, which set today's meeting as the meeting to appoint those officials and January 6th as a deadline for the parties to provide recommendations. No recommendations were received from either party. So if the party's recommendations are not received by the deadline, or if they do not submit sufficient recommendations to staff each site, the county board may appoint registered voters who were not recommended by the party chairs. Since no recommendations were received, I'll turn it over to Candace to review the staff recommendations for the early voting judges.
Okay, so I sent out emails to all previous individuals that worked 2024 and 2025 early voting. We had a lot of workers in 2024. This time it's very difficult for both Democrat and Republicans. I had a hard time getting workers. This is the first time I've had this issue, and I've not received any suggestions or names from the party up until this point. Even in last year. So we went with the people that responded, and when we couldn't get more people that were Democrat and Republican, we had to fill in the difference with unaffiliated. So you've been provided a document with the names and their parties on there, and it's numbered. And those individuals, I've got 29 Democrats that have agreed to work across our 9 sites so far. I've got 43 Republicans that have agreed to work across the 9 sites. And the difference is 26 unaffiliated. We have had several individuals that are working that have switched to unaffiliated, people that have worked in the past, that we had their names where they've worked early voting at our previous sites, may have switched their party. And so then they wouldn't be under the Democrat or Republican list. The hardest position to fill for me is always the chief judges, because they have to be able to fill out the paperwork and on an ongoing basis, not just one day, which makes it a little more difficult. So that plus dealing with 20-ish staff members at each site and coordinating with the other chief judge. So we'll have one Democrat chief judge and one Republican chief judge. And I've given you those individuals. All of these people have worked in the past as either a early voting chief judge or an election day chief judge. So when I ran out of people and I still needed fill-in staff, I went to election day and found people that otherwise weren't committed. And we had someone from the office call all of those people as well to fill in the difference. So this has been the hardest time we've had to get staffing this go around.
Do you have any idea why?
No, a lot of them didn't even return the calls. So I don't know if 2024 wore them out and they said, okay, I've done enough. That could have been it, because it was pretty busy. That may have been it. But other than that, I can't tell you.
So with this list here, will we have a full staffing then?
This will give us, and this is actually a reduced staff compared to what we're gonna need in the fall. But sometimes whenever we get people that call in and say such and such said to call in, they don't realize that early voting is 2.5 weeks. It's a much larger commitment. So people that have jobs normally can't get off of work for that time frame. So it is a much larger commitment than election day, because election day is one day and this is going to be a 17-day span. Not that they're working all 17 days, but they're going to be working a lot of the days. And they are half days, which equals a little about 7 hours or so. The chief judges end up working a little bit longer because they have some crossover in the middle of the day. And Saturdays are longer as well because it's open to the public from 8 to 3. So then they'd be there 7:30 until they finish up at night.
Were there any recent changes at the state level that changed? I'm concerned.
I'm concerned too. Yeah.
Okay.
So we do not, we haven't had any changes from the last 2024 election that would have affected it to where there would be any change for these individuals.
For hours or,
No, the hours are, the schedule would be similar. The sites are similar than what we had in 24. The pay is similar, what we had then. There's been no other changes besides the registration repair, but that we didn't even do that in 24. That was 25.
can I ask one more question?
Yes, ma'am.
I heard a rumor, hopefully, I don't know, no, I'm not gonna call it a rumor. Heard something along the lines of, in the future, our poll workers for general election, not early voting, but election day, are gonna have to live in the precinct where they work. Is that correct?
I believe they're supposed to already, but I'll let Sharon talk about that.
In place,
How long has that been in place?
years. I can't answer
It's a
that.
majority of the judges in the, should be residents of the precinct.
Okay, they, when I was a poll worker, they sent me out of precinct, but I ended up going to the same place for however many election cycles, so I was just curious.
Because it's very difficult to get every individual in that precinct able to work.
Okay, all right, I'm through asking questions, I think, thank you.
As far- Going forward, what is the plan? I know we have to reach out to the board chairs, but is there any thought about starting now?
We already here at the county, every time we go out and we have outreach, we are looking for workers. It's not just to say, hey, you can vote. We're actively looking for workers at every one of those. We're handing out cards. We actually have some of our part-time staff, our seasonal staff. They are all the time looking for more people as well. The Waxhaw Women's Club, we've contacted them. I've tried to get a list of retired teachers. They say that it doesn't exist. So I'm looking into trying to track some of those people down because they've worked with the public, children, parents, things of that nature. So they should be okay in early voting and dealing with people on a, one-to-one basis. And I haven't been able to, I've actually been trying to get that for several years, and they say that it does not exist. So I'm trying to figure out a way to hunt down some retired teachers because they might be bored. We're actively looking all the time. If the parties could tell them, early voting is this time frame, and you work on a computer, you help people in person, because there's a computer that you have to work on. If they can give that information to them, that way they're not surprised when they call in and they didn't realize it was the whole time frame that they're committing to.
What about HOA meetings? Have you reached out in that regard? HOA meetings, clubhouses?
I would not know. Have you?
Not specific.
I didn't see a lot of outreach, and I'm just gonna throw this out there. I did not see a lot of outreach. I'm not talking about from the Board of Elections. I didn't see much outreach I'm in a lot of Facebook groups, local groups, and I really didn't see a lot of outreach coming from anywhere coming up to this. So that, but we can talk, I'll talk to you about that and see what I'm allowed to do as a board member. Because I don't want to break any ethics rules or anything like that. You know what I'm saying?
So we
So,
will step up recruitment before the fall. A lot of the officials that worked, we asked them to stay on through 24. And since we had all those early voting sites open, but they retired after that. And then we had the municipal election, which was only one site. So a lot of the people either retired, even one moved to the board. So we have a lot of spots to fill and new people to train, but we'll have time to work on that after the primary to get ready for the fall.
I think early voting, the timing is always awkward for the primary because nobody's focused on that at Christmas time. December, coming right after the election, you kind of want to do something else,
you know what? I mentioned to my family that some of my family members' early voting starts next month, and they were like, "What? What are you
Yeah.
talking about?" Mm-hmm. Yeah. It doesn't seem possible, but we're here again.
So anyone we've already left messages for and contacted, we will continue to add to this list as many as we can, just in case someone gets sick, they have an emergency and have to leave the state or something and can't participate after we get started, because it's happened where we've staffed it and then people have gotten sick or quit in the middle of it. They're like, this isn't for me, and just quit. So we will have more people to add if they decide to call back. But we have been calling, emailing, texting, etc. So for today, these are the numbers we have. We've got 29 Democrats. We have 43 Republicans, 26 unaffiliated, 10 chief judges for Democrat, and 10 chief judges for Republicans.
So how many more would you like of each? Do you know
I would say
anything?
we probably need a good 20 more Democrat, 20 more Republican, because the more we have in there, it'll just reduce the amount of days these people have to work. And then if someone doesn't show up, we just fill in because they won't be overworked and they'll be able to take up the slack.
So they have when is the deadline to get them trained for the early voting? It's passed.
Actually, training was going to come up later in the agenda here, but training actually starts this Thursday.
Okay.
So I'll be doing training Thursday, Friday, and Monday are full already. And then next week we have training. Still have openings on Wednesday and Thursday of next week, both morning and afternoon. So if they want to call in and we'll get them added in.
And this is just early voting.
This is just early voting, what I'm talking about, yes. Mhm.
Sounds like it's gonna be painful come regular voting.
Yes, this was rough this go around, so I imagine the fall is gonna be that and then some.
All right, any other questions? Looking at these submitted names from staff, the 29 Democrat judges, the 43 Republican judges, the 10 Democrat chief judges, the 10 Democrat Republican judges, and the 26 unaffiliated. Do I have a motion to approve the list as submitted by staff?
So moved.
We have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, passes. Thank you so much for your diligence.
Appreciate it. We'll be going house to house next.
Minimum age requirement, 18,
Yes, ma'am.
and
It's a little bit different for election day. They can take county staff and I think 17. She can take 17 for election day, but early voting is 18.
All right, now on to the staff reports. Director's report, Ms. Holloway.
Yes, you have a copy of the notice of election in your packet. That basically lists the candidates, early voting sites, information about absentee voting. And we are required by statute to post that at the courthouse and to publish in a local newspaper once a week for the 20 days before the voter registration deadline, which is February 6th. So those ads have been placed and the document has been posted as required. The budget reports, we are halfway through the fiscal year. Administration budget is 48.9% spent, and the elections budget is 15.8%. All costs for the municipal election have been posted, and all municipalities have been billed for the cost. There are certain costs for municipal, if it's not countywide election, we can charge back those costs to the towns, such as the cost of the ballots, the election officials, precinct rent, equipment delivery, coding. So the total cost for that billed was $159,818, and all of the towns have paid except for one. And our budget,
Which one?
Henry Bridge. And the budget for the next fiscal year is due at the end of January, so we are working on that now. Next item is the state conference will be virtually on January 26 and 27. We have 2 conferences a year in even numbered years. The winter conference is virtual. If any board member cannot attend, let me know. The statute requires newly appointed members to attend a training within their first 6 months of appointment and again within the first 2 years of appointment. So we would like all board members to attend if possible. You can log in, you'll receive an individual login. If you want to come to our office, you can view it here, unless you want to also can look at it from your home or office.
my internet is not particularly reliable, so I think it would probably be best if
That will be fine.
when it's good, but when it goes, it's,
That will be fine.
Is it both days?
It's around sent the agenda, but it ends around lunchtime on Tuesday. Actually, it goes to 2:30 on Tuesday, from 9 until 2:30 with an hour break for lunch. And then Monday, 9 o'clock to 4:15. And there's certain certain sessions just for board members. Those are the main ones that you need to attend.
That's what I was gonna ask.
Legal updates is also, that's like one of my favorite always. But then there are a couple of sessions specifically for board members and their duties. So let me know your plans for that.
I'll probably just be at the office.
Okay.
I'll be here.
And our first absentee meeting will be on January 27th at 5 o'clock. If we have not received any returned voted ballots by then, the chair can cancel that meeting. Otherwise, we need a quorum, which is a majority of the board, and at least one member from each party present to hold that meeting.
So that's the same day as the training.
Yes, it's at 5 o'clock on that Tuesday, yes. And we have, you have your little pocket calendar of your absentee meetings. We'll get one to you, Mr. Huber. And we'll keep you updated also with the email to remind you of the meetings in the agenda. And that's all I have unless you have questions for me.
Any questions for Ms. Holloway? All right, thank you. Voter registration, Ms. Meadows.
Yes, I will be reporting the December report as of December 31st. And we will start on the MVRA report. As of December 31st, we had a total of 180,225 registrations. We had 159,091 active registrations, 21,134 inactive registrations. The reporting period, we had 1,679 registrations that were approved. That's on this report. And total registrations removed were 544. Out of those removed, we had 108 inactive registrations that were removed. New registrations we processed for that month was 882. Most of our registrations come from DMV. Online or DMV office. Duplicate registrations, we had 590 that we processed. Changes of information, we processed 528. Verifications, 2,242 first and second verification mailings were sent to the voters. 57 first verifications were returned undeliverable. 11 verifications were returned by delivery. Confirmations, one was returned from the voter. 31 were sent to the voters, and 2 were not returned at all. The next section was the report on the stats for the county. It's by party, it's by race, it's by ethnicity, and it's by gender. Next report on the voter changes crosstab report. We processed in the month of December 202 party changes. The next report is the statistical report. That's by precinct, it's by party, race, ethnicity. And that's for your information. Any questions or any?
I don't have any questions about this one, but I was just wondering where we stand with the ones that were the fix it up because of the Jefferson Griffin case.
Oh, We're still working on those.
Okay.
Always. We've been getting some from the voters. They've been sending registrations, excuse me for my voice. We also are getting from the state board. We're still processing them as we get.
Further questions?
Yeah, one other question. I know Candace, you emphasized this during the training, but having registered and during the early voting, there wasn't in the past a requirement that you fill in the box for the license and the social security number. Like you can just go right through and do that. Has that been fixed?
It is required, yes, so.
So now if I go into the software or whoever goes into the software, they can't just skip over that.
That would be for new registrations.
New registration.
Yes, new registrations, it is a requirement to add that in there. If you don't add it in there, it will not let you proceed.
You can proceed.
Yes.
That was the question.
Yes, sir. You have to vote provisionally.
Any other questions for Ms. Meadows? Thank you, madam.
Yes.
Now on to outreach and education, Ms. Jordan.
Okay, so for the month of December, we only had one outreach event due to the holiday. So we participated in the Indian Trail Christmas Parade. So we had some fun with that. That was a very busy parade, by the way. For the month of January, we do have two events. We have the Village of Lake Park is having a meet and greet with their individuals running. And then also the Monroe City Council is having a meet and greet on January 29th. So both of those, the Village of Lake Park is the 24th and the Monroe City Council, is on the 29th. We also have our training for Election Day workers will be starting on January 24th. We are going to be starting with our chief judges, and that training will be going all the way through February 5th. So we will be training Saturday through Friday. We have Saturday classes, and then the weekday classes are from 9, 1, or 6. And the Saturday classes for party judges and help desk is either 9 or 1 or 6 o'clock. So we have all different time frames for them. So that's basically all I have for this month. It's busy.
Well, thank you. Any questions for Ms. Jordan? All right, hearing none, thank you, madam. Absentee and early voting, Ms. Lopez.
You can. Okay, so we already know about the training because we touched on that ahead of time. So that's going to be starting this Thursday and Friday, and it'll run through next Thursday. The following Friday, the room will be switched over so that Election Day can use the same training space. The other thing we have here is I give y'all some printouts up there. So one is just a half sheet. That's so that you can see what we have sent out so far. It's still pretty early, but we've sent out 43 ballots, 34 civilian, 1 military, and 8 overseas. And then I give you statistics from the May of 22 election. So you can look at that. We've got a total of absentee by mail, which would include the overseas and the military. We sent out 530. So based off of what we've sent so far, we're only about 8%. We also have on there what the turnout was for all of the sites that were open that year. So we've got Hemby Bridge, the lobby, Marshville, Mineral Springs, Stallings, Wesley Chapel Auxiliary, and the Wesley Chapel Main, which is the bottom one over there near Harris Teeter. That's going to be the one that's got all of the pages full of numbers. So the Hemby Bridge had 1,652. And it says OS-HBR on the left-hand side of the page down towards the bottom.
Okay.
And then OS-LOBB is upstairs lobby. That's our in lieu site since we don't have space in our office to vote in person. There was 2,867. Marshville, which is the next one, MSHV, is 461. Mineral Springs, 1,084. Stallings, 1,305. The WCHA is the fire station on Newtown Road. It's 1,179. And the WSCH is the Wesley Chapel Fire Station near that Harris Teeter out there, $1,450. We did not have Fairview opened at the time. It's still a fairly new site, so that will be on for future copies that you get of this. The other thing is City of Monroe is now in with these numbers, so I estimate they're going to be a little bit higher because this did not include City of Monroe. City of Monroe used to be in with the regular municipal, and now their numbers are being included. We'll have more turnout. All right, do y'all have any questions about these reports?
No, ma'am. Any questions for Ms. Wolford? Thank you. All right, reached the point of general discussion. Is there any general discussion for the good of the order?
I just want to thank Ms. Busbeck. She was on the board that appointed me as deputy director and that appointed me as director. And I've enjoyed working with her. I know the staff's enjoyed working with her. And we'll miss her.
Thank you. Anybody else?
I got one question here. Looking at the absentee voter statistics, I feel really stupid asking this because I'm a board member, but I am looking at date of 5/17/2022. Did we change our primary dates?
We did, to back it up to be in line with everyone else's primaries.
Righty there.
Any other questions or comments? All right, I too, again, would like to thank Ms. Busbeck for all of her service. It seems that we have a little bit of refreshments here after the meeting to celebrate those wonderful years of service and dedication. Thank you again. And with that. Oh, and to welcome Frank. Thank you. Sorry.
I don't have a nameplate yet.
Not that I forgot you're there. All right, at this point, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second,
I'll second.
all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, we are adjourned. Thank you all.
All right, Frankie, here we go. This is your party.
I think I was getting this.
Like,
Because my